Hello everyone, and welcome back to Kerbal Space Program. Now, it's been quite a while since I posted an episode of this series, which I am loving, by the way. I've just been trying to perfect my astronomical wit, and I've just been trying to, get to other planets safely, perfect rocket designs, thrust and all that great stuff, so I don't, fumble during the videos, or just seem like a general noob when it comes to, astrophysics and all that stuff. But at any rate, I have perfected myself the Moonlander Mark 1. Now, I actually did just get back from the Mun while I was just doing an off-camera test, and this is the rocket for the job. However, when I got to the Mun and I tried to come back, I was a bit short on fuel, so much so that I actually was so close to actually not making it home to the planet Kerbin. However, I had just enough fuel, so I upgraded the fuel tank a bit, and I made the necessary adjustments on the ladders and all, and I figured I landed on the dark side of the moon, which was a very tough thing to do because the moon is mountainous, it has craters and all, so I was really hoping for the best, and it proved very nice because we managed to get down on the surface and we put down our flag, had the plaque and everything, and I'm actually trying to find some lights right now. Now, wherever these guys reside, we're gonna put a pair on here on our nice little command module here. I just want to put several lights down here just so we will know exactly what's going on below us if we do in fact find ourselves without trying to get the direction correct on these guys. This is not working very well. No, come on, no, I just want these lights to work. All right, so I'm trying to get these in between every segment just so we won't have to worry about there being an incongruency. All right, so there we go. So now we've got plenty of lights. Oh, whoops, that would not be good if we accidentally deleted that. But now that we have ourselves extra lights in case we land on the dark side of the moon, we will be good to go. So everybody, I hope you're having a nice day today. Thank you very much for tuning in to this episode of Kerbal Space Program. Now, if any of you don't play this game yourself and you're in for a bit of, you're like into flight simulators or, like space simulators, I would highly recommend this game. Now, let's just go through all of our staging right now just to make sure that everything is going correctly. No matter how I set these up, sometimes it just always seems to put itself back into the order when we're building it. So hopefully it stops doing that maybe in a future update, but it's not really that big of a deal. I'm just trying to make sure everything is in the correct stage. So we fire everything, decouple, good to go. Now, I did have a bit of a mess up when I was trying this earlier. Let's just launch right now. We're gonna throttle up. 3, 2, 1, here we go. Bam! Look at that. Now, we do get a decent amount of thrust from the takeoff. However, through extensive watching of tutorials and whatnot, you see the Mun back there, our target, I've seemingly been instructed that under 10,000 meters, which is the thickest part of Earth's atmosphere, or Kerbals in this case, you do want to stay under or right around 150 meters per second, but I do have these thrusters on right now, so that's probably why I'm moving faster than that. I'm just going to keep these main engines down here, these ones that are hooked to these tanks under this tri-coupler. I'm going to try and keep the thrust down on these, so we try not to waste much fuel if we can avoid it. So yeah, this is looking really nice. I'm liking the way this is looking right now. We're getting up into the atmosphere. We're about to lose our thrusters right here. Okay, and now let's just throttle up just a tad more so that we can maintain the momentum. And then once we hit about 10,000 meters, which is right about now, we're just going to turn slightly eastwards towards the 90-meter mark, or at a 45-degree angle, just so we can get a bit of an angle in our orbit so that once our apoapsis around the planet Kerbin hits 100,000, we will cut all thrust, make ourselves a sufficient orbit, and then we'll be good to go. We'll do our little slingshot orbit to the Mun. The last time I did a Mun landing, the very last one, I did not set an orbit like I usually do. I did not orbit around the planet. I just came right from the planet Kerbin and slammed right onto the dark side, which was a bad idea at first. I thought things were going to go it wasn't going to go well at all, but it turned out to go better than I expected. I managed to land on a bit of a slopey surface, however, it wasn't too bad. But I did not set up an orbit like usual. Instead, I just chose to, just go right to the Mun, not set any orbits or anything. I slammed right into it, but I didn't die, don't worry. I landed successfully, playing down the flag, and it was a very happy time indeed. Alright, so for Jebediah here, he's having a fantastic time. He knows we're going to go to the Mun, and we're going to do it in style. Now, once our apoapsis here, it's not going here. Let me just hit the delta or the vector right here. is velocity vector, because if you're in the center of this, you get more velocity, and your apoapsis will increase much more quickly than if you were not on it. So we do have our Monitor Mark 1, which is our satellite that goes around the planet Kerbin and collects all the data that we need to, like spy on criminals, terrorist organizations, even that occasional hot dog cart that, is cutting somebody a deal who shouldn't be getting that deal. We've got it all on record under the Monitor Mark 1. All right, so let's just see our apoapsis here. It is nearing 80,000. Now, I'm just going to cut back on the throttle here because we really don't need that. I'm actually kind of worried here because I usually hit my apoapsis before my fuel tanks are about out, so I'm a tad worried with regards to that. But we're about to hit it. It's not a massive deal. Hopefully, we'll still be able to make our journey to the Mun. No worries. All right, so once we're here at 100,000, we'll hit that in about 2 minutes. Let's just circularize this orbit here. Wait for the poles to flip like so. Let's see, 97 and 110. I reckon that is a pretty good orbit for now, at least. And we'll only be sitting in it for about 1 until we get our bearings set for the Mun. And as we hear all the interstellar music start playing, we know we are almost through. We're through the first leg of the journey, getting into orbit around the planet Kerbin. Oh yeah. So let's just get right into this nice little maneuver node right here, just so when it's time to hit this maneuver, we'll be right smack dab in the center. And I'm kind of dwiddling off here. Come on now, get over here, get in the back. All right, I'm trying to get this thing right in the center. Now, I did not put RCS on this time around. I did a flight testing with RCS, and I felt like it wasn't really all that, it didn't come in handy all that much. I tried a prototype of the same exact thing, but instead of having just the top with like a miniature poodle engine, I decided to put on an atomic motor, and that actually lasted me through the entire trip. And it seemed, because it has a very good ISP in a vacuum, which means it's more efficient like in space than it is, lifting off to orbit. So I think because of the combination of it being good in an ISP vacuum, or just in a vacuum in general, its ISP is very high. I figure I'd probably make a second Munlander, maybe Mark II with that one if we don't have enough fuel. But my goal for this episode is to get to the Mun, no questions asked. Oh yeah. So once it's about 30 or so seconds, let's just time warp just a little bit. I'm trying to be really careful about this, but I don't want to waste any time at all getting to the Mun. Gonna have Jebediah here. He's having a blast, and we're about to have an even bigger blast when we start up these thrusters. All right. So let's just see here. 15 seconds. I usually burn around 5 or so seconds just to make sure that we get the orbit a bit closer than we normally would. But you have to be I would just say really precise when you're doing your Mun landing or like trying to get to it, because one little screw up even by 100 meters it can really throw you on the wrong side of the moon, even in like an improper orbit, and that's not what we're aiming for. So we're going to lose most of our thrust here, and we have to drop these engines back here. Maybe oh no, I was worried about that. All right, it's no big deal though. We'll just drop that interplanetary stage right there. We'll have to burn a bit longer now that we've lost it. However, it shouldn't be too much of a damper. This is exactly how I planned it to happen. It's all according to plan. But hopefully, with this new fuel tank installed instead of like 2 miniature ones, we should get more bang for our buck when it comes to fuel and thrust and getting back. Now, I may not have made my calculations exactly correct because I made absolutely no calculations. So hopefully this fuel tank will get us back to the moon. I'm not sitting here with a notepad, like making sure all my calculations are correct. I'm just like, playing this for fun. It's a recreational game, and no pen or paper here. School's starting up soon enough already. All right, so here we go. Let's just cut that right here. Delete this node, and let's just see how our orbit is. 79 and 130. Didn't really turn out as good as I would have expected. Alright, so now we're going to make the periaps come out over here, so we'll encounter the Mun, and let's just get right to it. Okay, so let's just expand this orbit here, and we should see an encounter if we do this correctly. Here, let's just see. I may have to adjust it. Let me just make sure it's still planar with the moon. Or the Mun, rather. Alright, that's overshooting it quite a bit, so let me just draw it in a bit. And let me see if I can adjust the plane a little just to get us within the view of... Yep, there we go. Okay, so let me see if I can do anything better with this periaps. Okay, it looks like this is about as close as I can get. You see right here, we have the moon encounter. So when our orbit is out here, we'll be pulled in by the moon. Our periaps is 508,000 feet. Let's just try and close that in at all if we can. All right, 71,000. That's pretty good. I'm probably not going to make another orbit again because it just went so well last time. I'll probably just like slam right into the moon. I'm saying that improperly. I don't want to slam into the moon, but I will be coming in at about 700 meters per second, and then I'll just do a safety burn on my retrograde, I believe that's what it's called, in order just to get us down to about 5 meters per second when we do in fact choose to land. Alright, so let's just lock in right here, and our next node is in 23 minutes. We need to burn for 1 minute and 30 seconds. That kind of worries me. Okay, not a big deal though. Let's just get to that node, no questions asked. Okay, so can't morph or warp below 70,000 or 120. Alright, so let's just try and be extremely precise here. My node is abandoning me. Alright, here we go. Alright, fantastic. Alright, so let's just lock into that when we time warp. And then as soon in about 12 or so minutes, well, time warp will definitely help us out with that. We will get there. We'll get our node and want to burn for 1 minute and 30 seconds. Now, provided this new fuel tank is better than the previous, we shouldn't have an issue with that per se. I'm really hoping that that's the case. All right, so here we go. Let's just time warp a bit more. Just get through these 4 minutes and 30 seconds in no time flat. Alright, I'll stop warping about, I'll say 1 minute or so, just so we get that node smack dab, because I do not want to have to do this again. As, you know, Mun landing, it's a bit difficult being an amateur as I am at this game. You know, I'm not an astrophysicist, so a lot of this stuff is just kind of guess and go, and not as precise as it probably could and or should be. Okay, so the Mun is here right now, and then after this, something just slammed upstairs. I don't know what's going on. Okay, here we go. So about 30 or so seconds left on the clock. Look at the planet Kerbal down there. It's looking fantastic. Going over a desert or something right now. All right, so 30 or so seconds, and then we will be good to go. Okay, so let's just try and keep ourselves centered as best we can. Now, how much fuel do we have left right now? Okay, this engine does not burn fuel at a very fast rate, so I'm really hoping, I think we're definitely going to be able to get to the moon and then do like our safety burn, but I do not know if we'll actually be able to get back, as it's not necessarily extremely difficult, but with the current configuration I have, I don't know if it will be very, you know, probable that we get that working actually. Okay, so let's just see. Our orbit comes out here, and then like so. Okay, so we have to burn for about 1 minute and 50 seconds. Let's just watch the fuel usage right now. Okay. Doesn't seem like it's using fuel all that fast. I mean, it's only going down by like about a tick a second, so it's not really all that bad. So I reckon we'll have about a quarter tank of fuel left, or like a quarter tank or less. Once we do our safety burn, we land on the surface, and then we're on our way back. So we're going to have to be very, very precise. I don't even think I'll go into an orbit around the moon. I'll just try and like break orbit, and then try, you know, just do it as efficiently as possible and try and get our Kerbal back home. I was actually just worried for a second. I thought there was no parachute on here. I was like, oh my goodness, I forgot. How could I forget this? We're already in orbit. Why in the world would I do this? I've already cursed Jebediah to death, but that is obviously not the case, as we do have ourselves a parachute of life-savingness. Alright, so let's just keep ourselves right in this maneuver node. We're about to hit a 3,000 meter per second orbit. That is fantastic. It's one of the fastest orbits I've ever done, actually. Alright, so let's just try and keep ourselves centered down to the last meter per second. Alright, there we go. We'll cut that 4.6. You know, see if I can smooth that out a bit. Alright, good. 0.7, fantastic. Alright, so it looks like I kind of got myself into a slingshot, actually. Okay. This could prove bad. Alright, not a big deal. Let's just roll with it for now. Okay, so now we'll just time warp to the moon. There it is. It's broken the horizon of the planet Kerbal right now. It looks fantastic. Alright, so we're on our way, kiddos. Alright, now if we do in fact land on the dark side, which I'm fearing we are, we've got these lasers to crank these guys on. Oh yeah, check that out. And let's just do a quick save. Yes, a speedy quick save. There we go, that's less redundant. Okay, so let's just check our orbit right now. Okay, so this is looking good. And then we're just going to completely ignore this. We're going to slam right into the surface of the Mun, I reckon. Here, let me just take a quick look. Oh wait, no, am I going right under it and then out? No, I think it's like a slam smack dab because the periapse is all the way up here. Or no, that's the Kerbal periapsis. Yeah, that's predicting that I am going to, in fact, smack into the surface of the Mun if I do not, you know, do the necessary countermeasures to make sure that doesn't happen. However, we're just going to go with it, and hopefully we don't slam into a mountain or anything like that, because that would be very detrimental to our costs. All right, so I do believe that we are actually going to hit the dark. Oh my goodness, that was close. It was coming at me so fast I got scared. Okay, so let's just get ready for our retro burn. We're about 130 meters up, and all right, here's our retrograde right here. Okie dokie. Now this is a very steerable, it's a extremely maneuverable spacecraft here, so we don't have to worry too much about you know, burning, or RCS, that's what I'm trying to get across. All right, great stuff. All right, so let's just do a bit of time warping here. I won't burn until about 90 meters or 90,000 meters just to get our safety burn. You know, I reckon I'll start right about then. Okay, let's just start a little burn right here just so we can gradually start getting rid of some of our speed right here, our delta V speed. Okay, so here we go. Come on now. All right, I apologize if you know, any of you out there who are really good in science, I'm using improper terminology. I'm sure I'm doing it at some point. I'm sure you're pulling out your hair, or, you know, like screaming at the screen right now. Just be like, you don't know what you're talking about. Stop trying to sound smart. I'm sorry. I'm just trying to like look that. I'm just playing the part. Oh my goodness, I may have. Oh no, I put that light there. That may obstruct this. Oh no. Oh my goodness, if that's, oh no, if that prevents us from getting to the surface, oh man, I'm going to be so upset. Oh no, that is going to be a disappointment if that's the case. I'm really hoping, because it isn't like, it's on the ladder, but it's not on the door. I'm really hoping, because I do know for a fact if you put an RCS thruster like on the hatch of the command module, things will go bad, and they will go bad quick. Oh goodness gracious, I really hope that's not the case, everyone. I'm very sorry if you like you're already seeing what I'm doing here. All right, so it looks like we've already hit our apoapsis. We're like in a really awkward orbit, but it's not a big deal, I don't foresee. All right, so now we're at 30,000. Let's just kick it up. So by the time we hit about 15,000, I want to be at no more than 150. So let's just get down to business here, everybody, and let's just keep this space. Actually, no, let's hit our retrograde right now. All right, where's our retrograde? There she is, just to kill all of our forward velocity here. All right, great stuff. Because you do not want to hit the surface of the Mun, or any other planet for that matter, I reckon, with more than 5 meters per second of velocity, or else some things will, you know, start breaking. You might even get a potential explosion, and your Kerbal will be SOL, if you know what I mean. All right, so let's just throttle back here and get back to the top of our nav ball, so we're pointing straight up. And I reckon it's about time we pull out our landing gear, actually. All right, so let's just cut that all together just so we can still hit the surface after a while. We actually cut too much velocity there, actually. All right, so let's just deploy our landing gear early right now just so we know it's prepared. Let's hit our ladders just to get everything prepared for this, you know, faithful touchdown on the moon, or on the Mun rather. Planet Kerbal is going to be, they're going to be in awe as Jebediah makes the first steps for the Kerbal race. All right, here we go. Oh boy, so we're actually accelerating a bit. Let's just turn on our lights just to make sure, you know, we can see everything. I think it's gonna be really helpful because now we can actually see what's going on now that we have our lights ready. And there's the planet Kerbal. It looks so majestic from here. All right, so about 15,000 meters. We are right on schedule here. We're going a bit slower than we really need to be, and I'm actually lagging pretty terribly. I guess it's because I haven't like rendered out the chunks here yet or something like that. Kerbal Space, oh, there it goes. Yeah, it seems as though Kerbal Space Program seems to have like a bit of lag here and there, like especially when you're about to like start launching. It just happens to be the case sometimes. All right, so let's just do another safety burn here. It looks like we're going to land in a bit of a flat, like outside of a crater. Like there's craters here, but I reckon we're going to land like right in this space. Okay, now I actually do not think we have enough fuel to get back. If we do, it's going to be a really close call. That is. Oh boy, I'm actually a bit worried here. Here, let's just stay right in the retrograde here, just so we can just lose as much speed as we can using as little fuel as possible. Oh gosh, I'm actually getting kind of worried here. Jebediah is so excited, but we know something he doesn't. This is a bit of irony here. because, oh boy, just dramatic irony. We know something the character doesn't. All right, here we go. I'm a literary scholar. All right, I'm actually losing a bit of control here. Can't maneuver as best as I can. All right, here we go. Let's just get back to the center right here. All right, there we go. Let's just get ourselves smack dab center. I'm actually drifting off a bit. This is not what I want to do at all. Uh-oh. Hold on, I'm losing control here. Okay, I'm gonna have to cut the engines. I don't know what's happening. I think I've lost control. What is happening? I've lost control of my keys. Nothing I do is working except for shift. Oh, come on, come on, come on. Oh, this is terrible. Oh my goodness, this is going awful. Oh no, 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 no. Oh no. No, we were so close. We might have to revert back to a quick save. Here, let me just quick save as soon as we get level. Here, I'm just going to, under acceleration. Oh geez. Oh my. Oh geez. Here, let's just quick save right here because this is, I foresee danger. All right, all right. Oh no, 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 no. I can't stop it. Dang Nash. Dang Nash. Dang Nash. All right, that's it. That's it. Cut the engines. Can I deploy parachute? Oh no, I won't be able to save this one in time. Oh dang. I hate to see it smack into the surface. We worked so hard to get it out here. Here, let's just hold F9 for the last quick save. Oh goodness gracious, I really want to salvage this. I tried so hard to get it out here and I actually did. No. All right, here we go. This is like at the point where things were, I can't control this whatsoever. I don't know why. No, goodness gracious, I can't salvage this. I don't understand what happened. Sometimes this happens randomly when I'm playing Kerbal Space Program. Oh, I think I've run out of power in the module. I think that's exactly what's happened, actually. Yeah, electric charge, I've completely run out. Oh, dang, we should have put on some solar panels. Oh, man, we were so close. I don't want to hurt Jebediah any more than we already have. Oh, dang. All right, I guess we're just going to have to end this flight. Man, we were so close, dang. Well, let's just go back and make the necessary modifications, and then we will, we'll end that flight. Oh, goodness gracious, that was not a successful touchdown, I'll tell you that much. We might have to put on a solar panel or two while we are descending to the Mun, just to ensure that we do not run out of charge. Now, I did save that, I believe. Yeah, I think so. Well, I think that'll really do it for this episode, everybody. Thank you very much for watching. In the next episode, I'm sure we'll get to the Mun. We'll even make like a Mun base down the road. That'll be fantastic. But thank you all very much for watching, and stay tuned for more Kerbal Space Program.